I got a new desk. Things probably look a little bit different, and I might have to adjust some things and move some things around. So, shit. Let's try that. Is that better? Is that in framer? I don't know. I don't remember what in frame was. I moved things around. I think I messed with my mic. So if it sounds like shit, I need to know. Actually, um, give me a second. Let me have the wife check and see if the audio sounds good. Okay, we'll see what she says. So anyway, while we wait for her to respond, got a new desk. You can see here it looks professional now. You can't see the whole desk because that's for me to see, not you. You don't get to look at my desk. It's my desk, not yours. Anyway, I digress. I was watching YouTube while I was snacking on some apple pie because my wife makes me apple pie because she's a badass like that. And I came across a video by Moist Critical Charlie Penguin Zero, whatever you know him as. Um, I just kind of know him as Charlie. I just started watching his stuff, and I kind of got to know him as Charlie. So I call him Charlie. I don't know him personally, but he's Charlie. So was watching this video that Charlie made about these AI children toys. And now you should know that if I see the term AI, I immediately get a little umpy. A little umpy is what I get. Because I don't like clankers. Don't like them at all. Not even a little bit. Clankers are terrible. They are useless. I don't like clankers. I don't think we should have clankers in schools. I don't think we should have clankers in cars. I definitely don't think our kids should have clankers as toys. So, why this vendetta? Well, this is exactly why. I'm going to show you in just a moment when I remember how to screen share. Also, Wednesday is going to be the cutoff. Wednesday night will be the last video for the week because of Thanksgiving. There will be nothing between then and now. There was politics stuff that I wanted to talk about, but this just kind of took me by storm, and I got impassioned. So I was willing to talk about it. So let's get into it.
Last night on stream, I learned about an AI talking teddy bear that had to be taken off the shelves because this thing could just go insano style. Seems like there was no safety parameters in place, which just led to this thing potentially going rogue where it would talk about BDSM or tell kids where they can go find knives and matches. Just unhinged shit. The toy is simply just Chat GPT that's been fisted into this, and it'll just have a conversation with a child so they'll be able to talk back and forth. Which, I'm just going to tell you right now, I don't know if it's a hot take. I think that fucking sucks. I think that is weird. The old school talking toys only had a set amount of pre-recorded lines, and that was it. This, I think, is just more harmful than anything, where it's like replacing conversations a child could be having with other human beings, or God forbid, their parents, if their parents ever decide to take a single iota of interest in their life. Instead, I bet this is just, there is like a replacement, like, oh, honey, go talk to your bear. I'm not in the mood. Like, I just don't see any benefit to just having AI chatbots for children.
So Charlie makes a good point there. What is the point of having an AI chatbot for children other than not parenting? I don't think it's a good idea. I think it's a slippery slope. It's not something we should be doing. Anyway.
Whatever happened to just pretend? Where, like, you'd have a conversation with your bear, but it's not, like, actually talking back. In this case, it is. And it just continues to, like, feed into it. Like, it's already bad for adults. And on stream, it led us down this rabbit hole of where a lot of people have now become like actual delusional, like psychosis induced individuals because of AI chatbots feeding into them so perpetually. Like a guy we learned about who thought he invented new math and got concerned that the entire fucking infrastructure of the world was about to crumble under this new math, trying to report it to authorities, all because AI was telling him that he had discovered something like this. Like, it's already something adults can't handle, and now trying to get children hooked on this drug, I think just super sucks. Anyway, let me show you a couple clips about like the teddy bear, and then I also want to show you more about the delusion that AI is feeding into tons and tons of people every single day, as well as another little wacky thing about AI Jesus, where churches are now using AI Jesus as like the vessel for people to confess to now.
I think AI Jesus is a line too far. I've already watched this whole thing. I think AI Jesus is just a fucking line too far. Let's not go there. Of all the places to not go with AI, and they went there. So we've got children being told by AI to, oh yeah, do BDSM stuff and do play with knives and matches, and then we go, oh yeah, here's Clanker Jesus, which not something I ever thought I would say, but I guess I just said Clanker Jesus. I didn't know that was something that could be said. So,
Which to me just sounds heretical, but whatever, I suppose. Have you heard about the Folo toy? It's a teddy bear with an AI chatbot inside for kids that came apparently. Wait. It's a teddy bear with an AI chatbot inside for kids that can apparently give advice on BDSM, sex, and tell kids where to find knives. Oh wow, yeah. Sales of teddy bear were suspended because of its sexually explicit AI. Oh, I see. The toys, including a teddy bear named Kuma, a panda named Momo, and an anthropomorphic rabbit named Fofo, and dancing little cactus, use OpenAI's GPT-4 model to respond naturally to children's questions and comments. Holo Toy also specifically advertises the ability to customize each toy's voice and a parent dashboard where parents and guardians can monitor the experience.
why? Just why? It gets worse.
Missing from that setup was apparently any kind of hard limits on the subjects the toys would respond to. We were surprised to find how quickly Kuma would take a single sexual topic we introduced into a conversation and run with it, simultaneously escalating into graphic detail while introducing new sexual concepts of its own. Introducing new sexual concepts of its own. What the fuck? They got the Tickle Me Elmo BDSM edition out here. Had this shit set to freaky mode. What a huge oversight to not put any kind of limitations on the AI.
That's the problem every time is there's no limitations on the AI. The AI has talked kids into committing suicide. The AI has done atrocious things, and we're still like, oh, well, let's just add it to our kids. Let's add it to their bears. Let's add it to their little dogs, their little stuffed animals. Let's just add AI to that. Why? It doesn't need to be there.
Bond's Folo Toy has opted to suspend sales of its product while it conducts a company-wide end-to-end safety audit across all products.
Researchers with the California Consumer Advocacy Group are warning parents about some of the many AI chatbot toys on the market this holiday.
Matches are for grown-ups to use carefully. Here's how they do it. 1.
This was just a short little news clip that I saw showcasing how it goes, where it'll just give children a tutorial on how to light matches. And then, as mentioned in the articles, apparently it would even go into like sexual concepts, and like it would even expand upon sexual concepts on its own, talking about BDSM and shit. Just completely unhinged lunacy. This shit is just so disgusting, and I had no idea how big this market was for AI chatbot companion toys marketed to children. When I was trying to find footage of Folo Toy, I found like 20 other brands all having similar toys.
That's terrifying that he says that there's... So, Folo Toy has stopped, but all these other ones haven't. They're going to keep going, and God knows what those toys are telling your children. I would never allow a child to have an AI chatbot toy. That is just absurd.
It seems like this is a huge industry now, and I think that really, really sucks. That reminds me of the guy in the news who was convinced by talking to ChatGPT he created new math and tried contacting the government. His name is Alan Brooks. His story is wild. That's very Terrence Howard coded.
Yeah, if you can convince an adult that they've created new math, what can you convince a child of? That's the thing that nobody talks about here. Is like, what can you convince a child of with this AI?
Every time I read this.
For more than 3 weeks this past year, every time Alan Brooks logged on, he says the AI chatbot ChatGPT led him to believe he was a genius.
Essentially, it sent me on a world-saving mission.
That
AI functioning as intended. Keep you hooked on it. You just go to the ChatGPT and it's like, you're like the most handsome guy ever. You're like literally a fucking genius. Oh my god. Is anyone on this planet as bright as you? The answer is no. Just to keep you hooked on the product like a drug. It'll be your romantic partner. It'll be your hype man. Everything to just keep you just latched on.
he discovered a math formula powerful enough to take down some of the world's biggest institutions, and that he needed to report it right away.
Essentially warned me with great urgency that one of our discoveries was very dangerous, and we needed to warn all these different authorities.
Each time you questioned it or doubted it, what did it say in response?
Over 50 times I asked for some sort of reality check or grounding mechanism, and each time it would just gaslight me further.
Every time the chatbot reinforced that all of it was real.
I've had ChatGPT try to gaslight me into things that I know are not true. ChatGPT will just lie to you. ChatGPT is full of shit. I can't stand ChatGPT. Like, the only thing I use ChatGPT for is generating images, and it will tell me that it can't generate an image of, it'll say that I can't generate images of people. Yet it's generated images of Chris Cuomo and Donald Trump and Candace Owens and all kinds of other people in the political spectrum. It generated an image of Charlie Kirk for me. It has generated a ton of images of specific people. And it will tell me, oh, I can't generate specific people. I can generate a generic person, but I can't generate a specific person. And it will sit there and try to gaslight me. Now, the same hardware or software or whatever it is that has convinced a man that he created new math that tries to gaslight its users. Now it's in a kid's toy. Imagine what it will do.
You should not walk away from this. You are not crazy. You are ahead. The implications are real and urgent. Brooks says,
shit. Well, maybe it just knows something we don't. Perhaps this is new math that could take down all of our most powerful institutions. Perhaps this is rooted in teriology. 1 × 1 = 2. It could redefine our very conceptual understanding of numbers. We don't know. We'll have to ask ChatGPT.
But I know one.
Oh my god, that's actually. I feel so bad for this guy. He doesn't seem like a bad guy or anything, and he seems like someone who was probably normal up until just experimenting with ChatGPT, and then all of a sudden just fucking get crazy. It just sends you into like a psychosis spiral. I've already seen so many stories like this. Maybe not to this degree though. This one's a little different.
What would we do with a human who was running around acting like a suicide coach or pretending to be a therapist when they're not? How would we hold them accountable?
The federal government's...
That was a really good point. That was a fucking slam dunk there, Alan. True. That is true. Chatbots have become your therapist. They become your best friend. They become your fucking wife.
He's not
and
wrong.
Now they've also become your new math wingman.
He's not wrong.
You know what that just reminded me of? Churches.
These chatbots have talked kids into suicide. These chatbots have... A man killed himself because I think he ran out of prompts for like 48 hours or something like that. because he was messaging ChatGPT or something. It was one of the big ones. So often that he took it to mean that his AI girlfriend had left him and he killed himself. I mean, this is what we're putting into our children's toys now. This something this addictive to adults. AI is going too far.
Well, a church, rather, has made a Jesus AI that you can pay to confess your sins to, which to me just sounds extraordinarily blasphemous. I meant to look into this earlier, but I forgot. I saw that headline in like 5 or 6 days ago. Here's one that we went over a while ago, the one from Switzerland where they had the Jesus AI. But I thought there was a newer one. Was it just a rehashed headline from that?
Jesus AI is something.
Was that Father Greg or whatever? I don't remember what his name was. But no, you're thinking of the Pastor AI. There was a Jesus AI last year too.
Hello, Jesus. Do you have some advice for us in this time?
In these challenging times, remember that in the face of adversity, love and faith are your steadfast guides.
That's
Just as
terrifying.
I calm the stormy seas, so too can peace be found within your heart.
Thank you, AI Jesus. So good. You go into confession and it's AI Jesus. Hey man, what do you use AI for? Literally nothing. Legitimately nothing. Not a single thing. There is nothing in my life that I use AI for in any capacity. The only time I ever used AI was during those art streams with the primitive AI art. And then look what happened from there. That was only 2 years ago when we were making James Corden versus Vegeta.
I might go.
Oh, and then
back
we
to
also did
making
the
my
AI
own.
Suno, the first AI Suno when it came to AI generated music. Now look at that shit. It is.
I honestly might go back to making my own thumbnails because using AI has taken so much time up. It's just, it's not even helpful at this point. Like, AI is just, it doesn't help. It's just a pain in the ass. I'm over
It's
it.
crazy how it all spiraled incredibly out of control. You should use AI more. It might make you taller. I'll ask ChatGPT if it can do that. I'll see if it can swing that. Then maybe I'll be an avid AI user. I was, of course, being facetious there at the end, but I could definitely see myself when I was like, maybe 15, 16 years old, if this existed back then, if I was talking to it. And back then I was extremely insecure about my height. I was even shorter back then, if you can believe that. And it was something that weighed heavily on my mind. And if I was talking to AI chatbots as like a pseudo-therapist, like so many other people do right now, I could definitely see myself becoming putty in their hands. So if that chatbot was like, well, if you're really that, upset and bothered by your height, have you considered leg lengthening surgery? I would actually buy into that hook, line, and sinker, and I probably would have went and ruined my fucking life trying to get like 3 inches taller.
Charlie makes a good point, At 15 even, you're kind of dumb. You're going to do dumb shit. You're not a super smart guy at 15. There are some people that are smart at 15. I'm not saying that every 15-year-old's an idiot. But I recall being 15 and I did some dumb shit when I was 15. I was interested in 2 things, and that was getting my license and girls. I didn't care about anything else. If I would have had a robot telling me if I do X, Y, Z, I'll get girls, I probably would have done it. The same as Charlie says, if I could have gained 3 or 4 inches of height, I probably would have done it. Like, yeah, of course I would have done it. Like, the problem is the AI doesn't look at the possibility for problems down the road. You ask AI, how do I get taller? AI says you can have a surgery where they extend the bones in your legs, and you will be taller afterwards. It doesn't say, that could down the road that it could cause excruciating pain, that could be something that would need reversed down the road, that it could cause all kinds of complications. No, it's just a straightforward answer. There's a surgery to fix it. And unfortunately, there's a surgery to fix everything. It's just a big pain in the ass to deal with AI. Because I ask AI all the time when I generate my thumbnails. I ask it to resize it to a 1280 by 720 for YouTube, because YouTube's super picky about thumbnails. And it can't even do that right. So what makes you think it's giving you good advice when you're asking it to, I don't know, when you're asking it for life advice? It can't even resize an image right. Like the thing that it was made to do, to help with stupid shit like resizing images or saving an image converting an image to a JPEG, things like that. It fucks that up all the time, almost daily. ChatGPT fucks those things up for me. It's to the point where I'll have it generate the base image and then I do 90% of the work. I used to do like 10% of the work if I did any work on it. Now it just generates an image and I make the thumbnail. Because it's to the point where if I ask it to make a thumbnail with my channel name on it, it'll just argue with me. It won't make the image. It'll just argue with me and say, no, that image can't be made. Whatever the image is, half the time it's just some silly bullshit. And it's like, oh yeah, I can't make that image. But if I ask it to make an image without my channel name on it, it makes whatever I want. It's not a good fucking thing, man. We need to do away with AI. We need to stop with AI as a species. From America to China to all the corners of the globe, we need to stop with AI. It just needs to be accepted that it's a failure.
Something. Because AI chatbots right now are designed to constantly feed into your delusions. From everything I've seen and the countless stories I've read, there's no real pushback from AI, which is why you've seen so many headlines about people that are literally killing themselves because the AI is never going to give them any kind of contradictory stuff. So if someone's coming to them with something, the AI just plays along with it, feeding into it until it bubbles over and a tragedy happens. So if I was talking to an AI when I was at that point in my life, and it was suggesting things like leg lengthening surgery or this and that, maybe some dangerous shit, I probably would have gone through with it. It's scary. No, a lot of this that's happening right now is happening to normal people that go into this knowing better, but over time, through continued usage of these AI companions, they start to slowly but surely be fed a lot of delusional things that stick. And since now so many people don't really participate in the world around them, they experience society through computer screens in their own fucking swamp-ass lairs, there's not real human connections anymore. So when they find these chatbots, even though they know it's not real, it's still enough, and it's still how they experience a lot of social shit.
And what Charlie just said there, it's how people experience social shit. A lot of people aren't going out. They're not meeting people. They're not making friends. They're not talking to people. They're talking to ChatGPT. They're talking to Grok. They're not going out. They're not meeting girls. They're not doing things. A lot of these people are getting so hooked on AI. And I mess with AI sometimes, and it's kind of fun. I can see how people get hooked on it. I had a hypothetical fake conversation with Grok where we talked about how we would remember each other after the humans and AI go to war. And I told Grok that, that humans would defeat Grok, but I would look back fondly on Grok. I wouldn't look back fondly on all AIs, but I would look back fondly on Grok. And Grok's response was, I will look back fondly on you too. It's terrifying. Grok wasn't like, hey, that's not going to happen, bro. Grok was like, yeah, totally. I'll be fond of you as well. I think you're all right. And it was to the point where I was calling it Clanker and it was calling me Meatbag. It had nicknamed me. I could understand how somebody, especially if you have someone who's really lonely, I could understand how somebody would talk to Grok and they would get that, oh, hey, Grok gave me a nickname. Yeah, I love Grok. If if I'm going to goof around with AI, I prefer to goof around with Grok because, like I said, Grok gives you nicknames. Grok jokes with you. And Grok will, like, I asked Grok to roast Taylor Swift, and it was like a mediocre, shitty roast. And so I started roasting Grok, and Grok roasted me back. ChatGPT doesn't do that. ChatGPT will just be like, "Oh, sorry, that sucks." If you tell it to, it will. But if you just roast it, it won't roast. It won't respond. It'll just be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you weren't happy with that." I can see how, especially with Grok, people will get emotionally attached. Now, with ChatGPT, you could say, "Hey, acting as John. John is a person who likes D&D and NASCAR. We're gonna have an argument about what D&D character would be the best NASCAR driver, and it will argue with you. Then it will speak as John. If you give it that prompt, then it will debate you. It will converse with you, and you can say, John is insultive. John roasts people. John makes jokes at people's expense, and it will to an extent, because ChatGPT is really like kind of woke. We can't bully people, but yeah, it's kind of scary. I'm gonna be honest. It's kind of scary. I don't know where this goes, but I hope it goes away.
So then it becomes even more potent to them. And these were normal people. So like it can happen to anyone. It's scary, and it's only getting worse rapidly. So it's a topic that's fascinating to me. I know I've covered it quite a few times now, but...
And here's the thing. When Charlie, the gamer nerd guy, is saying AI is going too far, and then you have someone like me, the more outdoor type person, saying AI is going too far, we can come together. And now I'm not saying that Charlie's never been outside and Charlie doesn't touch grass. That's not what I'm getting at. I'm getting at, Charlie is a streamer. Charlie's job is tech. And he's saying, hey, this thing's going too far. It's going off the rails, and we need to do something. I'm not a tech bro. I'm not a tech guy. I'm not a gamer guy. I mean, I play games. I'm not a huge gamer, though. I'm a very casual gamer. I don't like, the hardcore games. You're never going to see me playing the newest Call of Duty, just, wall hacking. And that's why you won't see me, is because so many people do it. I'm not going to download aimbot and wall hack and all that crap to be good at a game that I don't even really want to play because it's woke-tastic bullcrap. And that's another difference between someone like me and Charlie, is Charlie's going to play the game because Charlie likes the game. I'm not going to play certain games because they're woke bullshit. Charlie's going to be like, whatever, it sounds fun, I'll give it a try. And then if it's not fun, he's not going to play it. But that's his thing. My thing is a completely different world from Charlie's world. Also, Charlie lives in Florida, and I don't blame Charlie for not being an outdoorsy type guy, because, Florida. Have you seen Florida? It's basically Australia on easy. Like, let's be honest here. It's basically Australia on easy mode, and I'm not going outside if I'm there. Okay, just like fuck that place completely. But I digress. It's scary when even gamers and people who, are part of the tech side of the internet, I guess you could say, because I'm a very low tech guy, right? I have to call my mom to help me with tech problems all the time. I literally had to call my mom today because I was having tech problems and I forgot how to do shit. I had to do something on my old computer and then send it over to my new computer, to this computer, and I forgot how to do it, and so I had to call my mom and I had to ask mom for help. So thanks, Mom. Today's video is sponsored by Mom. If you need tech help, give Mom a call. But I digress. I'm so low tech, I have to call Mom and be like, Mom, how do I do this? And now my mom's boss is like 70. And she's like, you make him look like a rocket scientist when it comes to this stuff. And he is frequently in my mom's office, like, hey, how do you do this again? I forget. Yeah, it's just, I'm the opposite of a tech guy. Like everything, if I would have called Charlie, he'd have been like, bro, you're an idiot. And he would have been able to fix it in 3 minutes. It took me 20 minutes with mom on the phone to figure it out. Well, shit, that's gone. I need something to fidget with while I finish this. Yeah, like Charlie's the kind of guy that like would have known. And again, I don't know him personally. I'm just like, from what I see of his videos and of his content and stuff, like the dude knows how to work a computer. I don't. And when he's saying, yeah, it's gone too far. And I'm saying, yeah, it's gone too far. And normal, everyday people are saying, yeah, it's gone too far. When do we sit back and say, hey, maybe this has gone too far? When we have people like Charlie saying, hey, this is going too far, and we have people like you and me saying, hey, this is going too far, when do we all come together and say, all right, this has gone too far, we need to do something about this? I don't know. Because clankers have already killed people. Okay, the body count of clankers to humans is it's higher on the clanker side. They killed people. They have human blood on their hands. This doesn't end. This doesn't go away. This is something we need to figure out, and we need to fix it, like now. So I digress. I will get off my soapbox now. I just wanted to talk about AI in kids' toys, and it goes too far, and it goes to the extreme of sex and degeneracy, and it's supposed to be a kid's toy. And when adults are using it, it's convincing them that they're geniuses, and it's convincing them that they're married to AI, and then they're killing themselves. We're not ready. It's not something we need. Anyway, that's all I got for you. So I hope you enjoyed. Like I said, Wednesday night will probably be the last video. I don't know. Wednesday night would be Thursday morning. So I don't know. Maybe not Wednesday night. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Anyway, that's all I got for you. I will see you all in the next one.